and Connor from the Manchester-based heavy metal band Vice. Really pleased to meet you guys. And it's so nice to have a full house, the whole band to talk to, which is brilliant. I think, Tom, we met at a gig a while ago. I can't remember what the gig was. Yeah, we did. It was some time ago in Manchester. So whereabouts in Manchester are you based exactly?
It used to be Bury. I'm Stockport now. Aiden's actually from the wonderful realm of Tottington.
Yes.
Posh
Bury.
Is it? I was going to say, is it as quaint as it sounds? Tottington sounds rather delightful.
Nah, it's all right. It's all right. Can't grumble. You know, could have grown up in worse places. So.
And where's Connor from? Where are you based?
The lovely realm of Accrington.
Accrington.
Yeah.
Which became very famous from TV adverts.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yes. Right. So before we go on, Tom, whereabouts in Stockport are you? Because I'm also in Stockport, and I feel like maybe we could be neighbours and not realise it.
Just like in a place called Brinnington.
Okay, yeah, we're not neighbours, but anyway.
He's still like a million miles away from like Stockport town centre, basically.
Okay, I'm just a few miles from there. I'm bang in the middle between Manchester and Stockport, right between.
All right.
So yeah, that's me. So the first thing I noticed about you is that you like to say that you're the heavy metal band that wants to breathe fresh life back into the world. So I want to know, how are you going to do this?
Right, here we go.
Difficult question to start.
I think we just got quite sick of if you release an album, or you say you're a metal band or something like that, everyone goes, oh, what kind of metal are you? Thrash metal, are you speed metal, power metal, are you this kind of metal? It's like, well, no, we're just a metal band that enjoys making music. And it's letting people realize that, you don't have to be categorized into something when you can actually just be a metal band that can, bring a new sound. We're trying to make our own sound and not be, sound like Iron Maiden back in the day or Guns N' Roses back in the day. We want to make our sound and make it so that when someone listens to us, goes, oh, that's Vice. That it's not, it's not something that's, being kind of excavated back up from the 80s, basically.
Got it. So fresh in that it's not copying a previous sound or any one band or anything like that. It's your own fresh take on metal.
Yeah, trying to be that way. I mean, I guess I'm probably contradicting myself in the sense of there's always going to be something that's similar to, the kind of our influences, but we do our best to obviously make it our own.
And how long have you been trying to do this? So when did you form?
When we kind of had the rebirth, it was 2016 that we kind of got back together with the original lineup. And then we released the first chapter in 2017.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it was. And then, Aiden, when did you join?
It was, the first gig was Babylon Fire's album launch in October of 2017. And then a full-time member from Christmas 2017.
Yeah. So that's how long this...
Did you all know each other? Were you all, were you friends to begin with? How do you, relatives or anything? How did you sort of get together?
I've known Aiden for quite a long time. I've probably known him for well over probably 15 years without even thinking about it. We used to obviously partake in, drinking in several establishments.
Okay.
House parties with each other and stuff like that. And I always knew that back in the day he played drums. Back in the college days, really. And then when we needed another bass player, we'd always been in touch with each other. And he said to me, what can I audition for the bass part? And I said, well, absolutely. And then we had a bit of a rehearsal down in our old rehearsal room in Bury. And then the rest been history. And then I met Connor.
Nice.
Connor was playing a show at the Flying Shuttle in Bury one night with another band. And
Flying Shuttle? You know what it's called? The Flying Shuttle. Remember the Flying Shuttlecock? So I'm into badminton. I think that would be a good name. Flying Shuttlecock. For a pub that is frequented by badminton players when they've finished having a match. That's what it should be.
The Flying Shuttle was off a lathe, weren't it? Not a lathe. Was the old what machines were they called? That was like on the old
it's the old cottons. It's the old cotton.
Yeah, the shuttle was the actual reel, the reel that flew across the bench of the machine.
Yes.
And made the actual
right there.
I'm going to kick myself for the name, but so I watched Connor playing drums one night, and I was like, this drummer's incredible. I'm going to definitely keep my eye on him, and I had a bit of a chat with Billy after the show. And then again, when I needed a drummer again, I just said, would Connor be interested in joining? And I think that was probably what, 2014 maybe?
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
good.
about that time. Yeah, definitely. 2014.
But you then split up, you say, because you had a rebirth. So what happened? Why did you
I
disband?
basically I joined Absolva for a few years.
Ah, okay.
So the kind of, because of the touring commitments with Absolva, we had to put Vice on a bit of a hiatus.
Right. Okay.
So it's kind of, then we got it back, and then obviously it started being the serious band that we are now.
Right. Okay. And then that brings us up to where we are now. So you had your debut album that you mentioned, 2017, the first chapter. And now, if I'm not mistaken, you're ready to release another album. So is that your second? That'll be your second album.
Yes.
And this one is For the Fallen. So it's due out on 2nd of July, which is a Saturday. And I know this date very, very well because it's the day that I'm covering SOS Festival. And I know that you know this date very well, not only because it's your album release date, but because you're also playing SOS Festival. Not only are you playing SOS Festival, you're playing this album in full at SOS Festival.
Yep.
Yes.
How many times can I put SOS Festival in that sentence? I don't know. We'll have to play it back and see. But I'm very, very much looking forward to this. So it's very exciting, guys. I mean, what's it going to be like for you? I mean, it's like a hometown show. Album in full. It must feel like that's your album launch party. It's not a festival. It's for you. It's for you guys.
Yeah,
How it goes?
we hijacked it.
You
Is the simplest way of
hijacked
saying it. We've hijacked the
like you
festival.
have.
But yeah, no, it'll be interesting. It's all, I think, always nerve wracking playing to your close friends and fans and the people you see all the time. I think they're the harshest critics when it comes to it. So if it's rubbish, they'll let us know. But if it's good, they'll also let us know. You know, it's a nice balance.
Got a very open fan base, and they'll tell us if they like it or not. I think it's the best way I can put
Very
it.
honest fan base. How does the new album differ from the previous one, given that there's quite a big gap between them both, 2017 to 2022? So you've got a 5-year gap there. Has your sound changed? Have the things you write about changed? I mean, how would you describe the direction that you've gone in from one album to the next?
Connor, what you started?
Yeah, I'll take this one. I think with the first album, it was I think we kind of went more in a sort of tried to go in an anthemic, almost kind of like proggy direction. The album, I think, it was 53 minutes long, the first album. This one is a lot more intense. It's a lot more in your face. It's a lot shorter as well, which I think will work in its favor personally. But yeah, like it is faster, more intense. We're probably gonna die on stage.
Not at the launch show, I hope.
Yeah. But yeah, it is. It's definitely more intense than the first one, and the lyrics we've been writing about have been more of a personal slant to them. The first album's lyrics, they were kind of more situated in the what's the word I'm looking for? It was kind of more based around like the human condition in general, like a sort of general concept around the human condition. And the second album is more sort of more personalized to our sort of experiences with the similar thing. Also, obviously, with regards to how we've been mentally during the past couple of years, COVID has been a thing. It's kind of, messed up a lot of bands' touring schedules and everything. It's kind of all gone. It's all gone to the wayside, and it kind of sort of delves into, those kind of things, like the sort of mental aspects of, essentially the human condition, but it's more personalized to our experiences and what we've been going through the past 2 years.
Right. Okay then. Something I noticed as well was your your album cover artwork, which was done by Very Metal Art, who does
Absolutely.
artwork. Can you describe to us what it is? I mean, obviously I've seen it, and well, I mean, I'm not sure how to interpret it. So tell us, how do you interpret the artwork?
I'm just going to have another quick look at it again.
Put it in front of you.
But, no, track 3 on the album is called Vultures, and that's always kind of been one of the main themes that I wanted personally for the album cover to actually be. So when we spoke to Andy about and explained the actual backstory behind Vultures, it's basically based around the kind of people that are in the world that kind of sees an opportunity of someone else's distress or like discomfort. So if someone's, I don't know, had a really bad breakup, or they've lost someone, or the job could have taken a horrible turn, or just if someone's life hasn't gone the way that they intended to, but then someone else will come from the sidelines almost and just pick at this person, and they're trying to take something from them, trying to get in their head emotionally. And obviously that's kind of what we always presumed the Vultures to kind of be. They'll always wait till a carcass is ready for them to be, for them to actually go and feast. So we kind of always thought that was going to be a really strong point on the album. Then obviously, if you've noticed that the book that it's grasping or trying to grasp, that's a throwback to the first album as well. I always wanted to have the kind of Marillion aspect of when they release an album, they've always got something from the previous album on the cover as well. So I always wanted to kind of have that throwback. So, you can fans can connect the one album to another album. So that's kind of the concept of it. Then there's also one of the other pictures in the background is of it's an old temple that's kind of degrading. And we've got quite a lot of friends that can suffer with illnesses such as Parkinson's or motor neurone disease. And we've all watched them kind of degrade as time goes by, and kind of almost a symbolism of this person that was a fantastic building, this really strong temple that had so many worshippers over the years. And as that time's gone on, this disease has just completely almost eradicated them to the person that you don't really recognize anymore. The actual structure is still there, but a lot of the actual characteristics of it are starting to fall away as time kind of goes on. So that's kind of where a lot of the influence for this album came from, really. And obviously the album as well.
Yeah, it's a very observational album. Like Connor was saying, it's based on our own personal sort of like struggles and things like that, and what we're thinking at certain times, and going through our COVID and that. So like the imagery is metaphorical towards mental states and like how you view yourself and other people. And
okay. So once your album's launched, are you going to be going on tour? Do you have any other festivals coming up?
At the moment, we've not started booking as much because there's obviously a little issue coming up with our lovely bass player here, who's going to be a father in October.
Oh. Is this a first time thing?
Yes. Yeah. Well, that was well timed.
So we kind of just obviously want to get the album released, play the show at SOS. We will be booking some shows, obviously. Obviously announcing some shows quite soon. Obviously, when we've got the final bits cemented in place.
Yeah.
We're trying to avoid the October kind of time because someone's due to, that's when
someone's due to not get any sleep for several months, years after October.
Yeah. Instantly regretting decision. Yeah, but no.
I'm right next to you. See, I've got teenagers, and so they're just all distant memory. All the sleepless nights, thankfully.
All a blur, all a complete blur, which I'm sure it will be.
You'll love it. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, wing it,
We're just going to try and make sure that his partner's happy for him to come on tour straight away.
Well, she is. Yeah, literally, I'll be stood in the delivery room with my basses. Right, see ya. That's great. Bye.
Well done. See you later. I'll bring you something back. Yeah, might not go down too well, but
no, I don't think it will.
Anyway, right. So what's next? What is next for you? So looking ahead into the future, where do you see yourselves?
Album 3.
Album 3, and is that going to be called the third chapter or the second chapter? Are you going to continue that theme with the chapters? I know you haven't with this album, So is that that was just for the first one, was it?
No idea yet. We've already got a few kind of riffs and ideas for the next album. Obviously, we took our sweet time with the second album, and obviously we were quite ready, but then when COVID kicked in, it kind of puts everything on the back burner. We all had a lot of time to kind of go over these songs again and go, well, hang on, let's rethink some of this. And I think me and Aiden ended up writing about 3-4 songs 6 times over, going, let's do this. And you know, we're kind of a glutton for our own punishment, really, when it comes to trying to make the very best we can do. So obviously we've got our heads in the game now. We've kind of realised the way that the three of us really work together as well. Yeah. Obviously, we've only gone to a 3-piece. We kind of had to reform the way in which we write. So now we kind of know what we're up to. We can carry on the cycle and, you know, keep going and hopefully, you know, get the next one out soon, basically.
I think Aiden's going to have to soundproof his house, because how are you going to practice with the baby there?
Fine, it'll get used to it. And besides, you know,
you can get those baby like headphone things, can't you? Like not headphone, you know what I mean? Like earmuffs type thing.
It'll be fine. It's just got one rule: it's not allowed to be a bass player. And that it's just the 3 generations. You know, my dad was playing bass, my granddad was a bass player, so it's not allowed to be a bass player.
Oh right, okay.
Anything
I'm surprised you didn't want to continue that.
No. Well,
anyone else touching his wonky fretted basses, that's why.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
No, give him a drum kit. Yeah, that's what he needs. Drum kit.
I'll settle for that. That's actually not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. An electric one so we can keep it quiet. But yeah, no, I'll settle for that.
Okay, guys, so it's been great chatting to you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in next month already. Yeah, we're in June now. It's
a month tomorrow, isn't it?
It is really, really soon. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that, and I'll see you all there. And thanks for chatting to me.
Thank you.
Really good to talk to you. So take care, and lots of luck and lots of love, and especially to you, Aiden. Lots of luck to you.
Don't give him too much love, because then he expects it from all of us, and we can't do that so often.
See you soon, guys.
See you later. Thank you so much.